Chapter 1: Beauty and the Social Lens. In the vast theater of human connections, beauty is frequently highlighted as a characteristic that serves as a landmark for interactions. With its complex web of standards and expectations, society has created a story in which attractiveness acts as a compass, directing not only social interactions but also the construction of relationships. It's a narrative that often imposes its weight unequally, particularly upon women. The society's gaze, women and the attractiveness dilemma. Step onto the stage of societal perceptions, and one immediately confronts a paradox: the alluring power of attractiveness and its pervasive influence. This influence is particularly noticeable in women, who see their relationships and interactions painted in shades determined by society's ever-watchful gaze. Women live in a world where their appearance affects not just how other people see them but also the routes their relationships take. These variables, which range from societal expectations to fanciful standards of physical beauty, become interwoven threads that weave a tapestry that describes their interactions and prospects in the world of relationships. Unconventional dynamics, peering beyond the norms. However, there are pockets of unusual relationship dynamics that defy social norms among these clearly defined norms. In this instance, the Book of Relationships tells stories of arrangements that defy conventional wisdom. Relationships that defy the status quo. One such unconventional narrative is included in the discussion of the dynamics of sugar babies. Here, conventional power structures and long-standing norms are called into question, if not completely changed. It's a relationship that defies conventional ideas of intimacy and partnership by daring to blur the boundaries between companionship and financial support. This dynamic compels us to reassess the traditional power dynamics inherent in relationships, questioning whether the currency of affection is solely emotional. Beyond the narrative of sugar baby dynamics, there are a plethora of unconventional partnerships that expand the landscape. These relationships defy categorization, challenging the very constructs that attempt to define and confine human connections. They might involve polyamorous arrangements, unconventional living situations, or relationships that cross social or cultural barriers. Every case has one thing in common: they all involve the shattering of conventional norms, which calls society to reevaluate its beliefs and assumptions regarding what love, commitment, and partnership actually are. The presence of these unconventional relationships isn't merely an anomaly but rather a deliberate disruption of the status quo. They refuse to be constrained by social conventions, serving as a testament to the dynamic nature of human connections. They act as a mirror to the presumptions of society, making us face ingrained prejudices and ideas about what kinds of relationships are appropriate or inappropriate. These connections play a pivotal role, igniting discussions that shake up, disturb, and change the dominant narratives. They force us to reconsider how society views closeness, companionship, and the fundamental nature of relationships. These dynamics, by existing outside the lines, spark conversation and raise issues about why some relationship models are praised while others are demonized. This investigation into non-traditional relationship dynamics is a chance to reevaluate the limitations surrounding our conceptions of companionship, love, and human relationships. It's a journey that challenges us to see past the conventional shapes and face the presumptions that have long shaped the way we view relationships. We come face to face with our own prejudices, assumptions, and cultural legacies as we explore these unexplored areas, providing us with an opportunity to reconsider the range of human relationships in a world that is continuously changing. The psychological echoes, impact of unconventionality. Delving into the psychological dimensions of unconventional relationships unveils a spectrum of impacts that extend beyond societal perception. The people involved in these relationships endure lasting effects from them, altering their emotional landscapes and challenging their internal narratives. Unconventional relationships frequently serve as driving factors for internal conflict, provoking deep reflection on one's identity, values, and beliefs. Individuals engaged in such dynamics might find themselves wrestling with societal expectations versus personal desires. These conflicts can trigger a reevaluation of self-identity, as they navigate the tension between conforming to societal norms and embracing their genuine desires. These relationships are often a whirlwind of emotions. Individuals involved might experience a spectrum of feelings: joy, fulfillment, anxiety, or self-doubt. The psychological journey involves confronting insecurities, questioning self-worth, and occasionally struggling against stigma or judgment from others. Despite these challenges, individuals often display remarkable resilience, navigating emotional turbulence while forging ahead with the relationship they believe in. Engaging in unconventional relationships frequently leads to a transformation in perspective. It promotes a greater understanding of commitment, love, and the complexities of interpersonal relationships. It empowers individuals to challenge societal constructs and craft relationships that resonate with their authentic selves. This evolution frequently entails letting go of limiting ideas, accepting personal autonomy, and constructing narratives that don't play by the rules. These partnerships have a contagious effect on society, igniting discussions and frequently shaking up deeply ingrained norms. They force societies to face biases, preconceptions, and assessments, urging them to adopt a more inclusive perspective on relationships. Their presence forces us to reassess what is deemed acceptable, creating space for varied relationship dynamics to be celebrated and accepted more widely. Essentially, the psychological fallout from non-traditional relationships resonates deeply with the people who are navigating these new and unknown waters. They face personal struggles, change their viewpoints, and effect social change, all of which contribute to the telling of a story that illustrates the worth and beauty of relationships that defy social standards. In addition to shedding light on cultural shifts, this investigation also reveals the inner stories and emotional landscapes of those pursuing these unexplored avenues for love and connection. The evolution of societal acceptance. Furthermore, society's perspective on relationships has been steadily changing. The lines that were once considered irrefutable have become less distinguishable, and the narrative of acceptance has grown. The Book of Human Connections now has chapters that welcome non-traditional relationships and encourage dialogue that pushes the boundaries of what our culture considers to be love, intimacy, and partnership. This chapter offers a journey through the terrain of beauty, cultural norms, and the development of relationship dynamics. This journey invites us to go beyond the confines of conventional narratives, challenge social norms, and reveal the intricate psychological imprints that both influence and are influenced by our relationships and interactions. As the pages turn, we set out on a journey to comprehend not only the cultural influences but also the fundamental bonds that unite us all.